Alright, if you've never played the game PipeWalker, you absolutely have to check this game out. It is so awesome. Totally awesome logic game. Very similar to games we've seen over the years that do the same concept, you know, the pipes and water. In this game you have different themes you can use. I prefer to use network. It's just basically like computer screens, a power source, and then pipes that lead the power to the various screens. And then your mode settings, you have small as the smallest board map, obviously, and then wrap mode would be if you wanted to make the pipes travel across the screen to the other side, wrapping through the screen. Right now I have it off so I can just show you the basics of the game, how it works. So here you can see the board in a non-wrap mode like we're in right now. What you want to do is just get everything on the edges facing in the direction that it would have to face to keep all of the energy source inside. So you don't have to start this way, but it's just my preferred way to start if I'm going to be playing this particular mode of the game. So you get everything going around the edge so it pipes all the energy back in, because it's never going to travel like through the wall like this on non-wrap mode. And then you pretty much just follow the logic of the way the pipes look like they're going to go, which is usually pretty straightforward. One thing you'll notice, and this is true for any board no matter how big, whether it's in wrap mode or not, if you ever have two monitors like this side by side and a line going between them, a pipe going between them, it's got to go straight through. Obviously it can't go this way because what would connect it either direction. So that's just one of like the simple things you'll notice in this game that kind of repeats a theme. Same with something like this here. You know, you can't have the pipe going into nothing, so in this case I'm going to have the back side of the pipe facing that empty void there. So what do we do here? So you can see even on a little board like this, there's times where you gotta kind of change up the logic, but still pretty cool. It's fairly simple once you get the hang of it. And then I like to always keep the power source off until I get the whole thing done. So let's go ahead and blast through one this time here. I think that section was pretty easy to follow how that was going to work out. Sorry, I got a little lag here because I'm doing some other stuff on my computer at the moment, and it's kind of draining some of the CPU usage. There you go, pretty straightforward. Blast through one more here just to kind of go over the basic concept of this. Alright, now let's do one with wrap mode turned on. You can see how it differs slightly. So like right here is a great place to start. If you look, you can see that this line, this pipe, it can't go this direction, so it's got to go this way, which means it's going to travel through the board up here. So right away we can change this, because obviously it can't go into nothing there, so it's going to go that way. So there's two pieces that we found that kind of establish where we can start, or one method of starting, and then just using that to work our way around the rest of the playfield. Same thing here, this can't go down, and as I said before, when you got a pipe here, it can't go between the two. So again, that kind of helps establish what we're looking at as far as where the pipes have to travel. You can see here I switched the power source because, again, I like to do the power source at the end. It just makes it a little bit easier to not get distracted by wherever the power is currently facing. This board looks like it surprisingly didn't have too many pipes traveling through the playfield, which is actually a little bit odd. So you only had a couple spots where the power was actually going through. Try one more here. See, right off the bat my eye goes to this spot here because it can't go that way, so there's two pieces right there that kind of dictate how we can start this field. This one has to go down, obviously, because it can't go to that void, and it can't go to that monitor. And since there's nothing here, this pipe can't go up, so it's got to go across. So you can see I'm struggling a little bit right now with which way to go with a couple of these, which is one of the cool things about this game, is that, you know, it's not always going to be just cut and dry. You have to sometimes rework the logic a little bit to say, okay, what works. So like this is cool right here. You can see an example of where I left this piece going in the wrong direction, so when you turn the power source on, you can see, oh yeah, something's missing. Well, obviously that fixes it, but sometimes you'll be in a situation where there's only one monitor that's not turned on, and figuring out how to redirect the power properly is a little more tricky. So that's what makes this game cool. I'll go ahead and go to the next screen, and then here let's go ahead and just bump it up to normal. and we'll turn off wrap mode just so you can see the difference. Here's a play field that is much larger than the small one, and in no wrap mode this one would just be the same idea again. You're just going to kind of get everything going the same direction, so you're really not learning anything different here. Where you really start to see some technical sides of the game is when you put wrap mode on for any one of these higher level boards. So here you can see here's wrap mode, where you're going to have something going through the walls now across a board that's much larger. Here's big with wrap mode, considerably larger, and then where it really gets crazy is extra. Turn this one on, now you can see you have a lot more to work with, and when you do something this big with wrap mode on, it can take a while to solve it, which just for me makes it so much more enjoyable sometimes when you have that much time that you have to really spend trying to figure out how to make something like this work. I'll go ahead and do another video sometime if someone wants to request that they want to see an actual expert level completed. I'll go ahead and do one of these and upload it, so just let me know in the comments. Thanks.